name your top 3 Michael Jackson songs without naming Thriller and Billie Jean.
Oh, that's easy because those two are definitely not in it. Hello, good day. What's poppin'? What's Gucci? Buenos dias. Buenos tardes. Buenas noches as well whenever you're listening. You got any other greetings, Hale?
Not that I know. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. I don't
Okay.
even know how to say it.
In what?
French.
French. Bonjour.
Yeah, I said it right then, huh? Bonjour.
Yeah, you did.
I saw
Bonjour.
I saw a tweet the other day of you know how people send out those stupid DMs that girls or guys get, and this girl got a DM from a dude that said bone jaw. Literally, that's what he typed. The bone
Bonjour.
jaw.
Oh
And then she
no.
said, "What?" He said, "Bone jaw." She said, "What?" He said,
Yeah.
"Are you dumb? It's French, you idiot."
Oh no, not him calling her the idiot. Oh no. Oh, see, that's the problem, man. Oh no.
Bro, I
Oh no, not
cried.
bonjour. Bonjour. That's how, because oui, mon chéri. Oh no, I couldn't imagine if he would have kept going.
That's
Oh,
that gangster French.
oh, that yeah,
That's that
that's
hood
real
French.
gangster French. Hey, it worked on somebody, because that's why I use it. He must have. There was some girl that said, "Oh shit, he
Right. Oh, he
infected,
know French.
he cultured, he worldly." You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Wow.
man.
Well,
That's hilarious.
bonjour, y'all. My name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm Ryan Hale. What's
Uh,
going on, y'all?
welcome to Unfiltered Gems at Unfiltered Gems Podcast everywhere. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening. And of course, thank you for watching as well here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and do all the things that you do there. Hale, I want to ask a more poignant question today here, okay?
Okay.
In this check-in. Let me spare no expense. Let me spare no time, Hale. How is your purpose right now? How is
That's really
how
good.
is your alignment?
Yeah.
If I can do a quick, we do it with cars. Can I do an alignment check with you? Where are you
Yeah,
at?
no, that's good. Um, it's actually going really well, man. I really feel like this season of life that I'm in right now is really all about like training and kind of
Mm,
learning and preparing for what's next
come on.
in my life. And I've been getting a lot of confirmations of that as of late. So I know I just really feel like I'm in the right lane and really
Yeah,
just trying to kind of be obedient to what God is doing in my life, what He's kind of leading me to,
sure.
and really just trying to tap fully into my purpose in everything I do. So
For
make
sure.
sure that all that I'm doing is exuding purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like
Come
I
on.
just don't want to do stuff to do it anymore. You
Yeah.
feel me? So
I want to do it like purposefully, right?
purposeful, exactly.
It's
So
definitely, I've been
yeah.
saying that. It's actually like, literally I had my journal open because I was journaling like right before
Hmm.
like I opened up the recording here. And yeah, I've really been thinking about that. And it's like I've been seeing where God's been leading me, and it's been in this spot of, and I kind of told you a little bit in the pre-show, but it's like I feel like He's bringing in um tokens and totems and uh, these things and these people and these experiences of the past
Yeah.
as I'm in a transformational chapter, preparing me for the future. So it's like I feel like He's like putting things, like He's almost testing me with like some of the original programming. Let's throw some of the people there. Let's throw like some of the like I'm looking over to my right. I have a VCR, y'all, because
Hmm.
I'm converting my home movies right now. And it's like a project I'm trying to complete before my dad's birthday this summer.
Right.
I'm trying to digitize everything, and it's like, so I've been going through and I've been seeing all this old footage of myself,
Mm.
as I'm like stepping into like a really big, just like I know what I'm laying ground for right now is like
Exactly.
really, really, really big. I see the projects. Some of y'all see the projects. Like it's just like
Hmm.
there's really dope stuff I'm really ready for. And there's also been like a lot of tests that I got through in April, as you know, Hale. And
Yeah.
some of y'all know like April was just a lot. And coming out of that time and getting into a place where I can be very decided on what I want
Hmm.
and have the clarity. God's also going to send the test, and I feel like He's just sending these things of the past to kind of show me, like, here's where you came from. Here is this. Like, now,
Yeah.
what do you want for the future?
Yeah. That's
If you've
good.
had a chance to test it with new friends and old friends, and in the best way. Like I shout out to David, my boy David Chamberlain. He had a birthday yesterday, and like
Hmm.
my man Pooh was there, and Arab was there, and Morgan was there, and Jed was there, and Matt DeSantos was there. Like it was, these were all like bandmates. You know what I'm saying? This was all
Oh
like
wow.
drumline, to be
Yeah.
honest. And it was like I put in my story, and so many friends from high school were like, "Oh shit," you know. And like I just think of friends that like came to Capacity, and it was friends that like
Right.
shout out to Elton, shout out to Erica, like. I like there were just people that pulled up on Capacity, and I was like, "Yo, I haven't seen you or like hung with you in like 12 years, but
That's so dope.
you're here and you're supporting me, and we can see each other in our adult lives and
Mm-hmm.
respect one another, and also be as familiar with one another as we
Yeah.
once were." And it's a privilege, and it's a an experience that like I know not everyone gets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some people might have moved around high schools or just are different people and like have no willingness to want to connect or
Yeah.
any of that. But like nonetheless, it's like I can have these experiences with friends and people that I've known for so long. And it's really cool, and it's put me in a space to just be really grateful for the journey and where I have come from, and also have a lot more clarity and decisiveness on like what I want and what I want to do
Mm,
next. So
that's good.
anyway, just feeling in alignment. Yeah, that is it's the only reason I wanted to hit you with that real quick.
I love it, man. I love
Oh
it.
yeah, that's all. Okay, so look, y'all, we got a show to get into today. We got something to talk about. So again, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, we really appreciate it, man. Hell, you ready to get the show started?
Let's rock and roll, bro.
Let's do it, bro.
Unfiltered Gems, the podcast. What's going on, y'all? My name is Ryan Hale.
And I'm Malcolm Alexander.
As Malcolm mentioned earlier, you can follow us on any social media platform at Unfiltered Gems Podcast. And be sure, if you are listening, wherever you're listening, hit that subscribe button and do the same thing, as well as if you're watching on YouTube. As Malcolm said, we got a phenomenal show for you guys today. We're going to get started with a tweet that I saw over the weekend. And I've been saying this the last few episodes. I feel like always been talking about a tweet I saw.
Yeah.
But
still, like, look, despite the controversy with Elon, Twitter is still like the superior.
exactly, it's still the spot. It's still the spot.
It's still the spot. Like,
but this tweet, bro, this tweet really had me thinking, man. And I know you, being the music head that you are, is gonna have you thinking. So,
oh boy,
I wanted to make a segment out of this one. So the tweet was,
okay, Reddit.
Name your top 3 Michael Jackson songs without naming Thriller and Billie Jean.
Oh, that's easy because those two are definitely not in it.
Wow.
In
See, that was tough for me because I love me some Billie Jean.
Oh no, I
love Billie Jean.
Like least favorite. Like even on the Thriller album, like Thriller is
the Thriller for me doesn't hit like that. The video hits, but
but Thriller doesn't knock. Like if it didn't have the video coming in, and actually I think I might have saw this tweet. So actually these are all independent thoughts, but I might have seen this tweet. I promise you though. But it's like if it would have been a meme song had it not been for the video. You know, it's just one of those like.
True.
If it didn't have
the video, made the song.
That song would have been like. Oh,
yeah, no, I agree.
Made the song, just made it. So my top 3,
and I feel like we can get some grace here because it always changes for me, at least. Like, yeah,
son, it does change. I will say it's changed so many times because I can throw out records that y'all might be like, word, but I'm like, no. But if you listen to that shit though, my man's was in a bag. Was in a bag. Like
it might be top.
Oh my god! Like Lady of My Life.
You know what's so crazy? With Lady of My Life, I'm so glad that you mentioned that. You put me onto that the last time I was in Cali. You put me onto that song. I always skip that one. That song is fire.
Yeah, fam. When I listen to that, that's woo! And all y'all favorite hip hop songs have sampled that shit.
Song is cold.
Like that. Like Lady of My Life is like that song is nuts.
Human Nature.
Cold. I think
classic.
I
don't feel like this is one of those things. Like I don't think it's gonna be hard to name a song that we disagree with.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like geez. Like Human Nature is always up there for me. But then look, y'all really slept on Invincible. You know, his last
I got a song up there too.
Joints and all that. But like, come on.
Bro,
pick the song.
Break of Dawn is, bro. Break of Dawn has me. Break of Dawn literally puts me in a mood and in a place I don't even know where I'm at,
bro. I played that for my auntie and my mom's like a couple years back, and they were like, "Yo, who is this?" I said, "This is Michael," and they were like, "Off what album?" I said, "The Invincible album." You don't know the Break. Like I lost my mind. I was like, they were like, "This is nice." I said, I was okay. I was gonna say
Oh, I
You
love
Rock
that.
My
That
World.
was another one. You rock my world. But Break of Dawn hits me
Like
so
it's
hard.
but Break It
Shout
Dawn,
out to
son. But Heaven Can Wait. But Heaven Can Wait on
oh
that
yeah,
album. I think it comes
yes,
right after
that's a
Break
good
It Dawn.
song.
Heaven Can
That's
Wait.
a good song as well. Heaven Can Wait is a
Heaven
really good
Can
one.
Wait. Heaven Can Wait. That's a record.
That's a
That's a
record.
song. That's music. That's
My
music
other
right
two
there.
after Break of Dawn, wow, it's so many. But
It's
Remember the
hard, bro.
Time
It's
has always
hard.
been a
You like
favorite
I
for me.
can't.
Another one with the
Yeah,
video that
for
was
sure.
amazing. And then another
Yeah.
one that I always love every time I hear the song is Off the Wall. I love that song. Off the Wall is just
Okay, here I got one for you. Better album, Off the Wall or Thriller?
mm.
There's only one right answer here, and I will say that.
Bro,
And in this essay, I will
it's
explain.
my
But
answer
go
would
on.
have been Off the Wall so easy before, but then you showed me Lady in My Life, and then I started looking at some other deep cuts on that album. I'm like, dang, that's Thriller was still classic, but I might lean more towards Off the Wall.
There's only one right
Yeah, I
answer
might lean
here.
more towards Off the
Okay,
Wall.
there's only one right answer.
Yeah,
Off the Wall. Off the Wall. Off the Wall. It is the superior album. However, yes, I
yeah,
will play the cuts off
really
Thriller that are
good.
like incredible.
Off the
But
Wall is
front to
special.
back, Off the Wall
Yeah, that's a
is
special
so
album.
special. It's not even a
No, it's
slept
not.
on MJ
Like
album.
it's just
It's
yeah.
still a classic MJ album.
But I feel like people
But
think
like,
of
it's like
Thriller first before Off the Wall. Yeah.
sure, for sure, for sure. I could even make the argument sometimes that Bad was better.
Man in the Mirror. Nobody's.
But okay,
Bad is good, but
Bad
it's
is
not
great.
it's not better than both of those. I don't think. Yeah, it's not better than both of those.
Yeah, Man in the Mirror
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to
is
say Man in the Mirror.
like I do without it. Like, but Bad was stadium music. I liked Bad because Bad was like he
True.
was just a global. I mean, he was already a
Yeah.
global artist as a kid, you know. But it's just like Bad was. I hear a Michael Jackson concert when Bad's on. You know, I gotta give love to like History and
Okay.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
Dangerous is just fire record. Like that and like the
Ooh, man.
performance
I
of
like that
that,
one a
like the
lot.
choreo with that. Dangerous is
what's the song I'm
nuts.
thinking of? Annie, are you okay? Annie, Smooth Criminal. That's
Oh,
I
Smooth
cannot think of
Criminal.
the name of it. Smooth Criminal
Yeah,
is cold.
yeah. And
That was on Bad too. You're right. That was on Bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bad is still a good
Bad's
album.
that's what I'm saying. Like Bad's
Yeah, Bad is still a good one.
Bad,
Yeah, it is.
Bad's a great album. And the documentary, I think Spike Lee did it. The 25 or no, it wasn't 25. It was 50th anniversary. Not 50. I don't know. It was a good documentary on Bad. It just
I gotta go back and watch that.
Y'all go
Yeah.
watch it. It's really good. Yo, son, yeah, but like that. Oh my god, like
He got so many.
Michael
hits,
got
bro.
like we know this, but it's really hard to choose a top. But I'd throw just it's a no
Yeah.
particular
We didn't even
order
say
for me.
The Way You Make Me
It's
Feel.
really hard.
And I love
Oh
that
my
song.
Off Bad.
It is so
Off
street.
Bad. Like there's very few albums like I ain't gotta look up right now. Like I know like The Way You Make Me Feel. Bad's
is.
a bad album. It's a bad album, and you know when I'm saying bad meaning good. You know what I'm saying? Like Bad's a bad album, dog. That's what I'm saying. Like, shout out Blood on the Dance Floor. Actually, though, the album I think he did in like '96 or whatever. Um,
Okay.
yeah, Blood on the Dance Floor. It's a fine. Shout out to Jam. Shout out to Ghost. The Ghost video actually like still got some of my favorite choreography when he in that when he in the graveyard and he getting it. Ghost is like, fucking Liberian Girl.
Not ringing a bell.
Liberian Girl.
No, I said not ringing a
You still
bell
never
right
heard it?
now.
Oh, bruh,
Butterfly?
Liberian Girl.
Butterflies cold.
Butterfly. I said
Cold. I know
butterfly. I said
You Are
butterfly.
Not
I said
Alone?
butterfly.
Oh,
Like,
another
have you
classic.
mentioned the Presley kid? Or?
You are not allowed. Oh, you know what? And actually, I could do a.
I was just about to say that. They don't really care about
They
us.
don't really care about us. Yeah, like that.
I like that one a lot.
That because some of like the Man in the Mirror, Black and White, some of those records, those were. I always reference like Black
Yeah.
Eyed Peas, "Where Is the Love?" Like that. Those are his "Where Is the Loves," and I could always do without the artist one in the category. You know, like my least favorite Beyonce song, "Halo." Like I just, I'd be so over Halo. I just think like she's got bops, but we could do without Halo. I could always do without the Man in the Mirror and the uh, You Were Not Alone
Yeah,
songs and all those. And sometimes they
right.
don't care about us goes with that, but I really like.
Sometimes they don't really care about us
But they don't care
hits.
about us
Yeah,
as
exactly,
protest
exactly.
music. So I'm okay with the protest music. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the let's change the world for you and me. I hate them songs, dog. That shit. Burn this shit
You're so
down.
stupid.
Not me
Right.
turning the MJ segment into a moment to make a stance for abolition.
Only you can. Like only you can. Oh my
I'm never here
gosh.
for the
Don't
peace and
stop till you get
unity
enough
ass
is
song,
amazing
bro. I'm
too. I almost
like,
forgot about that one.
oh, still great record. Off the
Bro,
Wall
Rock With
is
You.
front to back. Isn't Baby Be Mine on Off the Wall?
Um
No, or is that? I
I
think that's
think it might be
Thriller.
too. Hold on. You said Baby Be Mine.
Is it? Baby Be Mine?
Let's see.
I think that's Thriller. Oh, I thought it was Off the Wall. I think it's Off the Wall.
Baby Be Mine is on Thriller. Second track on Thriller.
Fuck,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Damn. Yeah. No, but like, yeah, Off the Wall as the title track.
Rock With You. I almost forgot about that too. Both of those songs.
Still
just
incredible
good
record.
God.
Yes. That's
Whew.
what I'm saying.
Man.
So look, we want to know your top 3 MJ songs at Unfiltered Gems Podcast everywhere. I'm curious for those that like say Thriller and Billie Jean. I love Billie Jean for the Moonwalk.
Yeah.
Great
Right.
record too, produced fire. But yeah, those are not my top 3. So that's very easy. When someone says pick your top 3 and don't choose those 2, I'm like, oh, easy. Wasn't thinking of it in the first place.
The more I think about it, I probably wouldn't put Billie Jean in my top 3. I really do love that song, but the more we talk through this, it probably not in my top 3. Yeah,
would not be in my top. It just wouldn't. It never was. But like again, love the Moonwalk.
Absolutely,
love the moment that that Billie Jean was.
Yeah,
but I can do without it. Okay. This next topic. This is fun.
Kicking the show off with some fun.
I think we got to kick it off with some fun today. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the last episode was heavy as hell, man. I'm over here reliving traumas and shit on the last episode. I mean, like,
wasn't pleasant.
It was a traumatic episode. Yeah, we got to give it some love today. This is a fun one. This is always, I think, when one of these stories comes around, we always have a guess the race. And we always want to say, okay. I think it's active shooters and crazy ass pastors. 2 things that we always have to say: guess the race, and I hope it's not black. We never want it to be black. We're like, please, man, please.
You're not wrong.
They're gonna make the God-fearing folk look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make the race look crazy. We always say that, man. I'm telling you. And y'all know pastors, y'all got to maintain an image for us, man. Because if not, like, the Christian folk be looking bad, man.
Oh, man.
And in this case, it's the white evangelicals. So the black evangelicals, we're good here.
We skated by.
We skated by here. We skated by on this one. But it's this the Christian hate preacher, Greg Locke. He's talking to a church in Tennessee. You know, and went into to very impassioned rant as he does. But this one was fun. I think we got some audio.
I don't even want you around this church. You can get out. You can get out, you demon. You can get out, you baby butchering.
Jesus.
Election thief. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. I don't care how mad that makes you. You get pissed off as you want to. You cannot be a Christian and vote Democrat in this nation. They are God-denying demons that butcher babies and hate this nation. They hate this nation.
Okay, so is that the same for abolitionists? Probably. Okay, so never mind. All right, I was like, hey, I don't subscribe to
Me either.
One party here.
And what's funny is,
despite having very betrayed votes.
I was just looking at Jamel Hill's tweet. She was talking to somebody on Twitter about why it's important for black people to vote. And she was explaining to people in there, like, black people are not historically Democrats. Like, we're not Democrats. You know what I mean? We just vote for the person who is going to create less harm, sadly. So it's not that we're Democrats. But in this dude is just ignorant. And it's sad that, because you were just talking about pastors have to create an image. And it's sad that we let people get a microphone and a platform and just say anything they want. This is not biblical. This ain't
Yeah.
biblical. What do you mean you can't be a Christian and be a Democrat? Even if you are a person who is a Democrat, like I was just talking about black people, how we vote usually. Even if you're a black person and who is a Christian and is a Democrat, that's not a problem. Like you're not going to
Yeah.
hell because you vote Democrat. Like that's not biblical at all.
Sure.
But you can hear in his rhetoric, even what he was saying, like, oh, election thief, oh, baby killers and stuff like that. This is your own personal thoughts that you are now trying to attach a scripture to. That's all that is. My pastor was recently talking about personal convictions, and he was just talking about how he was using a funny story about how he feels convicted when he drives in the HOV lane when it's not between the hours that he's not supposed to, and he's like that's my own personal conviction. I'm not gonna get up here and say that's a sin for you to drive in the HOV lane between 3 and 7 when you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing when it comes to this. Yeah, like it's the same thing when it comes to this though. Like you can't get up there because you're a Republican. You can't get up there and say, "Oh, you're not a Christian because you're a Democrat, or you're not a Christian because you don't agree with Republicans or on abortion, or because you didn't vote for Trump and stuff like that." Like even the whole phrase "election thief" is just foolish to me. Like the election was not stolen. To even continue to spew that disinformation, that's not biblical. That's not biblical at all. And if we want to talk about you're lying. But we can go. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, he even went on, in that little, rant and said, "You ain't seen an insurrection yet."
And then, like I said, I want to attach a scripture to it.
And want to attach a scripture.
The gates of hell won't prevail against us. That is not. Yes, that is true, but that does not mean that we're about to rise up and go and attack the. But
that is true.
But we're not about to rise up and go attack the Pentagon or the White House because a Democrat is in office. That is not what that scripture means. That's terrible.
Oh my gosh, man!
And there's people in there just clapping.
There's a lot of different ways.
Sad.
Okay, you know what? This actually makes me think, right? Because biblical text is all about interpretation, right? I think everyone can agree there. What are your favorite? This is because I think we all have our favorite. What are your favorite, very obvious biblical misinterpretations?
Honestly, I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't know if I can think of one right off the bat. This one, the one that keeps coming to mind is this one that we just heard from this guy, but I don't. That's because it's fresh.
No, well, but I also think of like I can think of the sins, right, and how we interpret the sins, like subjectively, right, and enough to like then teach it to our kids is like, oh, this is wrong, right? Even interpretation of what we think lies are, potentially from lies that could actually protect, right? Or like, hey, I didn't want to say anything because that could mean like my life. You know what I'm saying? I also think in the Garden of Eden, I think that like the biblical interpretations of the Garden of Eden have been like heavily misinterpreted all the way down. Like people take the snake and they take all of it like so literally, when I think like a lot of it is also metaphorical. And so people like can easily misinterpret a lot. Like they're just like interpretations. People have come to me about like just certain things from the Bible, and I'm just like, I don't know if like I don't know if Lot meant it like that. I don't know if he meant it like I don't know if it was like a physical, like, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of it is told in fable, right? And I think that's what's allowed for like white supremacist misinterpretation to find a way to put white supremacy and use the Bible and say, no, but this is right.
There's a way. I would just challenge people. There's a way to actually study the scriptures, and there's a way to actually see what the scriptures mean. And if you want to go that deep, you can. But you can easily tell when somebody is just attaching, like I said, a scripture to what they believe that is not actually biblical. Like I said, like there's no scripture in the Bible that talks about the right political party for Christians. There's no scripture in the Bible. So then to attach a scripture to that is obviously not biblical, and now you're misinterpreting the scripture. Or you're changing the scripture to fit your own belief. You get what I'm saying? And that's the dangerous thing sometimes that people do in churches and people with these platforms do to make it sound like, oh, this is what the Bible says and stuff like that. But I would just say it's important to always do your own study, do your own due diligence, because there's a lot of people, especially on social media, a lot of social media preachers who are just trying to make things sound like they want it to sound, but it's actually not biblical. So that's what we're seeing here.
Sure.
Yep.
That's what we're seeing here.
Nice little breakdown for you guys.
It's different. Yeah, well, it's definitely different with the white supremacist hate speech coddled in with, you know, the lack of protection of church and state, which last time I checked, that's what this nation was founded on, but has proven time and time again to be a complete and utter farce. Based off of how we're voting right now, you know, there's a shortage of baby food nationwide, but you also don't want to give women equal access to basic health. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the oxymoronic practice is there when it comes to, and we find a way to make it make sense biblically. You know, not saying we, but the people in charge of this nation. It's interesting. Look, let me not turn this segment into an abolitionist rant. I'm not going to go there, okay? But the intersectionality of this conversation is there. What we will do, though, is take a quick break. Want to shout out Capacity, because I'm not going to probably put a Capacity promo in here. I'll probably save it for next week, because I'll give y'all a date for the next one. But thanks to everyone that came, yo. Capacity was freaking great. And I really, really, really appreciate it. Y'all been holding it down in Chinatown. And, like, man, there is, like, so much. There's, like, just so much more to come. So I appreciate the love and support for all those that come and rock
That's what's up.
at the disco. Super appreciated. Thank y'all, man. Quick break. We'll come back, man. Some more fun, some more hopefully divisive conversation, but fun conversation, because we'll be getting into some TV. All right. All that more on Unfiltered Gems. Love is in the air, y'all.
Is it though? You'll be the judge as you watch our new 3-episode dating special premiering in February.
I've been shooting my shot in the DMs lately. Losing battle.
We are getting into the good and probably the bad of dating. It's going down exclusively on the Unfiltered Gems podcast YouTube channel.
So learn your lady's way of communicating.
Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
Hello, world. It is the Unfiltered Gems podcast. My name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm Ryan Hale.
Thank y'all so much listening, watching. You already know what it is. Man, we got to talk about what I call one of the best shows in television. I know we've talked about it intermittently throughout the seasons. You know, there's always been an episode that's had us talking. But we now have a chance to look at a holistic view of the entire recent season of Atlanta. Some of y'all might love it. Some of y'all might hate it. Spoiler alert. Just gotta, because look, all I'm gonna say is the bread was worth the wait. The bread was worth the wait.
I do not agree.
Okay. Hale, gotta talk about one of the best shows in television. I'm gonna say it one more time, because this season solidified it for me. Looking
so
at the
biased.
season overall, I am decided. I said great.
You're so biased.
Because by the end of the episode, even the way the episode ended, because I was just like shocked. I was like, I just, my jaw was on the floor. You might think, and I think a lot of people, I already know the argument, right? This episode did not have our central characters in it. So this being a one-off of where the hell Van has been, it already has people like, do I like this as a season finale? No. Because I think we want closure from the main characters. Let this be a standalone episode of television. 4 Black women in Paris. Hijinks. You know what I'm saying? Just getting into whatever, being able to explore themselves. Like Black women just having that agency, that freedom. I don't think I get to see it on screen seldom ever in this way. You know, allow them to approach their self inventory and their self exploration and their insecurities. Their insecurities as a woman, as a Black woman, as a Black mother. You know, take the lens off as this being the season finale. Is this a great episode of television for you, Hale? And why?
No, it was not. A
Why?
great episode
What are
of
your
television.
issues with this?
It wasn't. It was very extra. There was no hoes. I'm big on plot, and I'm
You said there
big
was
on.
no hoes?
Oh no, I said there was so many hoes. That's what I
Oh.
meant to say. Wow.
I was like, I don't know if you should say that on an episode.
No, I
Like
said
this
there's no
hell.
holes, but I
No
meant
hole.
there were
Okay.
so many hoes.
Okay.
So many hoes that were not filled. As far as clarity, like you just made the comment, we didn't know where the heck Van had been for most of the season.
Yeah.
You didn't really. We still don't know where the heck Van had been most of the season. Like I left that 30-minute, 40-minute episode still confused on where she's been, how she's gotten here, what made her turn into this
Amelie.
fake Parisian. Like why? I'm confused, very very confused. And even the short 1 to 2 minute clip at the end of her sitting on the bench with is the girl's name? I know her real name is Adrienne. What was her character's name? Candace. Sitting on the bench with Candace there at the end didn't even really give me a lot of clarity. It was like, okay, you've been going through a lot. You felt this dark feeling come over you. Then you bought a plane ticket. But why? Why? What are you actually going through? I didn't understand that. And then what
I thought it
has
was so clear.
I didn't feel like it was
Damn.
clear. I felt like she has been going through some stuff and she's been feeling like, what did she say? Oh, she closed her eyes or suicidal thoughts. Okay, that was
Yeah.
clear, which was very sad. But I feel like we could have talked a lot more about that. Because my thing is, okay, you bought the flight to Europe, but what made you disappear? What made you go to Paris? What made you kind of change who you were for this time period?
I felt like it was so apparent. Like she took the form of this, and it's a French film from 2001,
Okay,
Amelie, right?
got it.
Who is, and I think there's the character of who she is, which is this Parisian, not exactly a superhero, not exactly a Robin Hood, maybe a vigilante, but is just this woman who is like badass and yes, be fucking niggas up with a breadstick.
Okay, so that's
Like
actually a movie.
yes, it's a real movie.
Got it. Okay, so that makes a little more sense, and I get the. So I've seen Atlanta do that before in recent episodes, kind of playing to some past stuff, and I like that. But still,
Yeah.
that does not. It still doesn't give me any clarity. Still
But
gives me
I
no
think
clarity.
it gives clarity on, so sure, could we have been afforded more episodes of what Van is going through? But again, this TV show has consistently subverted the expectation of like, we're not gonna think about it. We didn't really see Paperboy go from being a local Atlanta rapper to being a global superstar, which he is now in this season.
Okay,
Like
but that is no. That is easier for you to kind of wrap your mind around when it comes to TV, because the way the last season closed, he was up and coming, and now he has actually made it, and we don't even know if he's really that guy yet. But there's a lot of rappers that are
he's
still
able to do a sold out European tour.
Okay, let me finish. There's a lot of rappers who are underground that are able to go to Europe and do tours though. That doesn't make you necessarily super global yet. And I'm not knocking Paperboy at all. Like he a real
You
rapper.
sound like you're a hater. It
Like he
sounds
a
like
real
you're a hater of
rapper.
Paperboy.
I'm not
To be
knocking
real honest.
Paperboy. I'm
No,
just saying
Paperboy is a global fucking star, but it's
whatever.
okay.
That was easier for me, for the viewer to fill that hole than
Sure.
Van. That's what I'm saying. We hadn't seen Van in what? 3 episodes?
Damn near 4. I mean,
That's
no,
that
it's
no.
like we really haven't seen Van at all this season. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like,
And then this is my opinion. The
oh, but
time
we did see her in the hotel episode. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah,
That's what I was
24
thinking about.
episodes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the time that was used to do the whole French delicacy thing with the hands, which I thought was weird. The time that we spent on the guy paying the girls to pee on him, like that time that was spent on the extra stuff that I didn't think was just needed, in my opinion, could have been used to really explain where the heck Van has been. Like that show should have then, in my opinion, that
Oh
show should have been
man.
completely fully around Van and her story and what was going on. That was an opportunity for us to fall in love with Van's character again, in my opinion. And I think they dropped the ball on it. It was not a good episode to me. Maybe to your point, if it was a one-off episode, then we would still have the finale. I could stomach
I
that
really think
easier.
that's what's
But
clouding
as a
it.
finale, oh my god, this might be one of the worst finales I've seen in a show in a while. Personally, it was terrible. It was terrible. This is not a good finale episode. I know. You're Donald.
Wow.
I know you Donald Stan.
Wow. You know what? It's not even just Donald. It's just Atlanta. It's the statement of what the show is, dog. It's because I think it did tie things up. Like, could we have been afforded more like episodes with Van? Like, yeah, I think we can all say that because I think we just love all the characters, and I think we also want to see all the characters on screen and doing things. But Atlanta has clearly never, and I think this season exemplifies that, has never been a linear show. It's never been a show that's going to follow a recipe, that's going to follow a book. It's posing questions, and it's making us look at life and look at our interpretation of life and our interpretation of what people are going through in a really different way.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
We needed the conversations with Candace and her. Like, I loved Candace's character really
Me too.
probing this what is happening, where are you going, from the jump, and that exploration is like, it's very apparent where Van's been. Yeah, she was in Amsterdam with them, and then she cut and she went to Paris to be somebody else because she doesn't even know who she is.
Oh, stop it. Now, I agree with the last part, but stop it. That is not apparent that we just know why she went there and how she got there. That's not apparent. That's not apparent.
It's so apparent.
No,
it's so
not.
apparent. It's very easy. Like,
no, it's not.
Where else would she
be? Bro. So tell me
Ern was
this.
hitting her up.
Tell
Ern
me this,
saying,
Malcolm.
Where the hell are you?
Tell me this, Malcolm. So this is so apparent. Tell me this. So after Amsterdam in the hotel scene, where'd she go?
She went to Paris. I'm confused. Like, wait.
So you know from what we saw in the hotel scene to now that right after the hotel scene in Amsterdam that she went straight to Paris. That's what we know.
We also don't know how much time, though. We don't know
exactly.
Is it a month? We don't.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying to you. We don't know.
But clearly she went to Paris. Like, was it in 2 weeks? Was it a month? But that doesn't matter to me. She's been here long enough to be able to walk around as Amelie, and people know who she's friends with. Alexander Skarsgård. I'm like The Walking Dead. My nigga, like, she's been there long enough. Like,
exactly. No, I get that, and I'm not talking about how long she's been there. That's not what I'm saying. I was saying
been there long enough.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that because the tenure to me doesn't matter as much as what led her to Paris, and then what led her to Paris after the last scene that we saw in the hotel with Ern, because it looked like she was either helping Ern or Ern is trying to get through to her, and then she disappeared. So what happened after that is what I'm saying, and what actually was she fully going through? I would have liked to see more of her, what she was dealing with, than the 2-minute scene on the bench with Candace. Personally, Candace's character was great, I think, because like you said, we do need friends like that.
But
using the metaphor, I know I'm saying Candace's dialogue was great, but I think that we needed more of what was actually going on with her. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I think the episode was full of holes.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it, especially
like you hate black
as a
women.
season finale. No,
right.
that's
it
not
sounds
the
like you
problem.
hate black
I
women.
love black women. That's the issue. I love them, and we didn't give her the justice that she needed here. I don't think.
The episode was incredible. The bench scene.
Stop it! Oh my God! No, it's not incredible. That episode was incredible. Stop it! No, it was not. I'm not gonna let you sit up here and say that.
You would be sitting here saying it was hilarious.
No, I would not. Oh, okay, hilarious. Maybe. Yeah, there was hilarious parts, but I would not call that episode incredible. Finale or not, and for it to be a finale makes it even more or less incredible.
Dog.
No, bro. If you watched Atlanta, please DM us at Unfiltered Dreams Podcast. Comment on the video that we post. If you see us post anything about this on Instagram, Facebook, wherever we post, please hit us up. Help me. Because this dude, he is over here.
Incredible. Look, we can even agree on, like, yeah, did we want more of a finale? I understand, even as a viewer, like, there's a part of me wanting, like, yeah, I want to see the central cast. I want to see all the characters. I want to see Paperboy. I want to see Ern. I want to see Van. I want to see Darius. Like, I want to see them all on screen together. And they're like, yeah, you kind of want to send off. You want something that says, like, what's going to happen next? But clearly, this season is not about giving the audience what it wants. Clearly, it is about saying, fuck it. Like, we go pee on expectations. Like, literally, that was the metaphor. Like, we go pee on it. And I think, like,
and you like that.
respect it as that because again, I don't need my show to follow a recipe. I don't need it to.
And I'm
I,
not
I
saying that it needs to follow a recipe either, because clearly the show has not and has had the success it has without following a recipe. So I'm cool with that. I'm not saying that you need to give us a old school Friends finale. I don't need that. I'm cool with that. But I'm saying the writing that we've seen throughout the whole season was not there to me, in my opinion, in this finale. I didn't feel that. I didn't feel connected to Van's character. I didn't feel like I understood what she was really going through outside of a 2-minute scene on the bench. That didn't really
other
tie
than
me
being
in.
having suicidal thoughts, being extremely depressed, having feeling like she has as if she has no purpose as a woman, as a black woman, as a mother, like all things that she said, like so it's very obvious, like you've been so far away from who you are, you've become Amelie. A hard baguette wielding badass who's going around fucking people up and doing and spitting on Alexander Skarsgård, which gets him off.
Mm.
Like
Well, maybe, like I said, it goes back to the writing, because hearing what you said just now makes me think, in my opinion, if I would have wrote that episode as a season finale, what I would have done was had that part on the bench at the beginning, and then let us even some flashbacks of her closing her eyes in the car, flashbacks of her leaving her daughter with her parents. And then from there, we go through the Amelie stuff and stuff like that. And then we close with a better understanding of what you're saying. Oh, she was going through that. That's why she became this person. Got it. That would have made more sense to me. I felt like it was
she
backwards, in
said
my
it.
opinion.
Like I'm not
Oh
even
my
interpreting anything.
God.
Like she literally said all the things that I just said of what she's been going through. She literally said that on the bench. So it's like, what did I need a flashback for? You said it. And like considering context of how erratic she was acting, in the episodes and in the few times, I'll even argue for a few times, but just in the few times that we've seen her this whole season,
Mm-hmm.
she has not been herself. Yeah, she definitely hasn't been the Van that us as an audience knows season 1 and
Right.
season 2.
Exactly.
And so we get that. And so by the time we're seeing her, you're like, yo, what the fuck? You're pushing people in the pool. You're stealing. Like,
Yeah, bro. I think it missed. I think it missed a lot for me. It just missed a lot. Even that conversation. I love that the conversation happened with Candace, but I would have loved it so much more if it would have happened with Earn, because for many reasons, the relationship has been there the whole show, and also you have my child. I need to know what's going on with you. You've disappeared on me, and you're the mother of my child. That conversation would have hit way harder for me if it was between them two. I wasn't a fan of the episode. But I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm not listening to Malcolm's thoughts personally, because I know he's biased. Anything that Donald Glover's going to put out, that man is going to love and he's going to support. I can't hate.
wow.
I'm very similar when it
Wow.
comes to Drake. Donald Glover is Malcolm's Drake. That's what it is. So I get it. But we're going to agree to disagree, because I was not a fan of this finale at all.
I think you're gonna find more people that like.
Oh,
that
I
are
do
fans of
not
this,
think
especially-
so. I do not
yeah,
think so.
Like you just are. You just are.
You just
You-
are.
You just are, hell.
I'm just
Because
not.
it's
I'm just
it
not.
didn't need it. Like to see, I don't know. I'm looking at just seeing black women on screen being able to have the dialogue. Like why does our interpretation of it have to be so palpable when it's between like the father, the child, and all that stuff? Why can't a black woman's
I'm not saying
self-exploration
that.
and
I'm not
self-inventory
saying that
happen
we
in this
didn't.
context?
I'm not taking it. That has nothing to do with black women being on screen, in my opinion. That's great that they were on screen. It's great that they had the dialogue, and the conversation itself was awesome. But I think what we saw from Candace's character of her probing her throughout the episode would have been enough then for us to then see the conversation between her and Earn. I think that would have been enough. My
Fuck what
opinion,
you
though,
want,
we can agree to
hell.
disagree.
But fuck what you want. Atlanta said that.
Clearly they
Atlanta's
did.
been saying that.
Clearly they did,
Like
and that's fine.
all the way up to this. That's why I'm like,
listen.
I'm so shook when people are like, well, I would have wanted this. And it's just like, fam, it started off the whole season not giving you exactly what you thought you wanted.
Okay,
but
so this is my thing then. Why are you upset then? If they're not giving us what we want, why are you upset that we're critiquing it?
I'm not upset about it.
Not upset, but like, why are you
Yeah.
saying that they're not giving us what I want? Then yeah, if they're not giving me what I want, then I'm gonna critique it. I'm gonna say what I want as a viewer. It's no different than what we did with Insecure in our last season. Like, you didn't feel like Insecure gave you what you wanted. You critiqued it. That's all it is. Like, as a viewer, we have the responsibility, or not even responsibility. Like, that's our job to
I
critique
was
the
like,
show.
responsibility. Hell yeah.
That's our job. Like, that's our right. That's our privilege to critique the show, whether they listen to it or not. Whether they listen to it or not, I'm gonna critique it. You gonna hear from me, Donald. I was
Man.
not a fan of the finale, Donald.
All I'm saying, I don't think the critique has grounds because I feel
Oh,
like
stop it! Now
the
that
critique
is just
just doesn't have
way off.
grounds.
I can say the
That's
same thing with
just
you on how you feel about the Insecure finale. I didn't think that had grounds. I thought the finale was, I thought it did what it was supposed to do. They were walking off in the sunlight, in the sunset. I like that, but you did it, and that's
I think the
fine.
finale was mid. The season
Exactly.
and how it worked up into it was like
Right, but I didn't think the season was as bad as you were talking about. That's what I'm saying. So, but I'm saying if you have a different viewpoint on that, that's cool. I'm just saying you have the right to your opinion
this
as a
is so
viewer.
different. This is so different. This is so different. You can't compare these shows. You can't even
Oh
compare the
my
critiques.
god! I'm
Hell,
not
you're
comparing
cap.
the I'm not comparing the
Cap.
shows.
Cap.
Listen to what I'm
Cap.
saying. I hope you guys are
Cap.
listening to this, man. This man
Cap.
is so biased it hurts.
I'm
It's so
not
biased it
I'm
hurts.
not hurt and I'm not biased.
No,
Donald
I'm
Levin
saying
is another
it's
creative.
you're so biased that I'm hurting. I'm hurting over here. You're hurting me. Oh man.
Oh, all right. We got to talk. We got to switch up, man. Dear Gems, the segment, man. Y'all got questions, but today I feel like we have tea from our own producer, and we got to get to the bottom of some things. We have to have some harsh truths. You know, that's what this chapter, that's what this season is all about, facing all those hard truths, like the fact that Hill's Atlanta critique has no grounds. Okay, we have to face hard truths, people. Okay,
Such
Adam from the Gems
as
podcast.
Some
What are
of
your
us are
thoughts?
right and some of us are wrong.
So, look,
and
that's all
Malcolm
it
is clearly wrong.
And Ryan is clearly wrong here. Okay. But Sarah actually has a question today, as our dear Gems, and I think it's going to be something for the audience to ponder, something for Hale and I to ponder. And so we're going to do it together. So Sarah, take it away. You're in transit somewhere, so I hope you're getting to where you got to be safely.
I'm currently parking, so we're good. And thank you guys for holding my hand through this.
Hey,
and I know it's coming on the heels of the Kevin Samuels and all these things going on, but it really got me thinking because him saying that, women over 35 are thrown away with kids and whatever that is. And I'm like, am I though? Like, okay, I'm that age. I do have a child, but like, I'm educated. I have somewhat of my own business. I'm doing these
You got your
things. And
own
I'm like,
business. Okay. We're getting.
yes, got it, making it happen, doing all of these things. And I'm not asking for someone to like just take care of me solely, but I do want a partner.
Yeah.
And am I wrong for asking that? At the same time, I'm like, well, because I have a child, am I limited on the person that I'm able to have? Like, do you guys think, like, would you date a woman with kids? Why or why not? And do you think that that somewhat puts a hindrance on a relationship? I don't feel like I put my kid in it. Like, he has an opinion about the person that could potentially date, but it's not his choice, if you will, right? Like, he's not in the relationship, but he's a part of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, what are your thoughts on you being men in the dating scene? I know you guys aren't as old as I am, but
Hell up there though.
potentially.
You want to go ahead, Malcolm?
Why are you so quiet, Ryan?
Oh, I was
Why are
drinking
you so
water.
quiet, Ryan?
I was drinking water. You want to go ahead, Malcolm, or I can start it. Don't matter.
Go ahead. Kick it off.
Yeah. To answer the first question, would I date a woman with kids? I'm not gonna say that I would never date someone like that because shoot, I could go next week and God could drop somebody in my life who is just
You just
amazing
never know
and
what the
has
journey
a
really has.
he has a wonderful child. So I won't say I never would do it. Has it been a preference of mine? It has not. And not even because of the woman or the child, but more so because of the father of the child. I never know how he's gonna act. It's just my own thought process. I never know what that interaction would be like. And for me, it's always just because I've seen in the past some men who've got into blended families, and then it's not always an issue, but I've seen some issues occur where I don't want you disciplining my child, or I don't want you taking my child to this, and I don't want you, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I just want to do the best for the child. You get what I'm saying? I care about the child and I care about my girl. So now you're not in the picture, but I know this is your child. So then it's just to me it would create an issue there that may be avoidable. So
Potentially could.
Potentially,
all
but
the
that's what I'm
time.
saying. Potentially, could
Yeah.
it be avoidable? Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, potentially may create an issue. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, that potentially may
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
that's what
yes.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
potentially may
Potentially
create
could
an
have,
issue.
potentially.
Yeah, could potentially be an issue. Yeah, because
Mhm.
sometimes it could not be if the father's not in
Yeah,
the picture
man.
at all. Then yeah,
Because we see
you're right.
bonus families happen all the time,
Exactly,
man,
exactly.
and
So I'm not gonna say that I would never do it. It's not a preference of mine, but it's not something I can say I would never do.
yeah.
To answer the second question, as far as do I feel like women are less attractive when they have kids and things of that nature, I do not. I've seen some absolutely
I do
gorgeous
not.
women with kids. Like, no, that has
Nigga.
nothing to do with attractability or anything like that. Like, it just depends. It just depends on your compatibility and if that's something that you guys are both willing to do. So I think for when it comes for women with children, like obviously if you make that a part of the picture right up front, then you're not blindsiding a man. It's not like you're going in and then what 3 to 6 months later now you're like, oh, I got a kid, by the way. It's
By
not
the
like
way, I've
that.
been hiding a child.
Yeah, yeah. If you're making that information known up front, then the ball is in his court now. And then if
Mhm.
he wants to choose to go forward with you in that relationship, and he seems like it's somebody that's a great fit for not only you but your child as well, then I don't see the issue there. I think that some men, well, that's a whole different topic though. But no, in my
It
opinion, I don't think that women should be called as lesser than or invaluable or things like that if they have a child. Now I get if it's not your preference, and the same goes with women. Like I've talked to some women who don't like dating guys with children, and that's your
yeah.
that's your preference. So it goes either way. But if you're open to it, then you need to be if you're open to it, then you need to also have an open mind to what that looks like from all areas.
Mm,
That's all I'm gonna say.
mm,
Because it's never like you made the comment earlier, Malcolm. Like it could potentially be an issue,
mhm.
but that might not be the issue
It
that
could
you
also very much so potentially be an incredible blessing and an incredible
exactly.
journey that is just
Or there could
significant
be
part of
another
yours.
issue that you didn't even foresee that could have nothing to do with the child or have nothing to do with the child's parent or something like that. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's true. So that's my thoughts on it, Malcolm.
My thoughts on it are that no, yeah, it definitely doesn't make you less desirable. I would even take it a step further of like, I think it's really dope, to see like dope moms in action because it's like kind of hey, like your maternal nature. It's like I think as like men, we're also attracted to like maternal
Mhm.
nature, and so it's like hey, if you can take care of a kid, then it's like hey, you're like I already see like boom, like you already know family, you already know like a dynamic, like
Right.
especially if you're a good mom. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Absolutely.
it's like you can see it right there. The proof's right there. So I think like that's an incredibly, good quality. And I think that's something like really admirable and actually like very attractive.
Hmm.
Um, I've yet to date a woman with children. Not to say that I wouldn't. I just it's never really been in my place. I don't know. I don't know if moms are attracted to me. I don't know. But yeah, like it just yeah. But like I don't know. I've never even been hit with like, oh, I got oh wow, that's crazy. And like even my experience, I've never been hit with like oh, I got a kid.
Oh wow.
It just never even crossed me. I don't even know how I would react if someone I feel like I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, dope. How old they are they around? I don't know. Like I feel like I'd be like super chill with it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, because I got a bunch of nieces and nephews. So, I'm all about the little nigglets. You know what I'm saying? Like I got big uncle energy, so it's cool with me. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't think that that's a thing. So I mean, I don't, who are we to tell women what to do? But it's just like I just, hey, live your life, man. If you got a kid, that's your family, and it's just
Like if
like,
you got a kid, you can't go back and not have a kid just because you want somebody who doesn't date kids. Like that's just
yeah,
not,
like
or doesn't
that's
date a
not a
woman with
thing.
kids. Like that's just not
Yeah,
gonna
I
happen.
think it's dope.
Yeah, yeah. So you
Yeah,
just need to live with what you have and then move forward, giving people that expectation of what you expect out of the relationship, knowing that you have a child or knowing what you have or knowing what you want. Just
yeah,
because you have a child doesn't mean that you can't still set boundaries and have expectations, things like that. So that's what I would say.
for sure, for sure. Okay, that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah, for the question. Thank you for the love. We appreciate it. We are at Unfiltered Gems Podcast everywhere. Want to thank you all again. Sarah, did you have anything that you had to like wrap up with? Or clearly?
No,
No?
I appreciate
Of
you
course. Yeah, no.
guys.
Look, we support the moms. Ain't nothing about it, man. Blended families are a real thing. Men got kids. People want kids. Either way, I mean, like, that's all we're here for anyway.
Yeah.
It's for the kids. So I say let it ride. And it,
Yeah, I mean, I've also had a guy say to me that he didn't want to be involved because if he got attached to my kid, because he had kids also, so I figured, hey, like you got kids, I got kids, and it was like he felt like he was doing something or betraying his kids by having a
well, that's
relationship with
something
my
that
kid.
he needs to work through because that's not what it's happening. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, but it was just like so. Even guys with kids, like, dang,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
what in the world?
I
but
just think it's
that's an
the
insecurity that
person.
But y'all want to make them though.
well,
That's the
I
thing.
just think it's the person. Like everybody
yeah.
has their own insecurities, and that's just the insecurity
I
that he would
agree.
have to work through. Or
Sure.
and maybe I'm not gonna speak for that guy because I don't know him, but maybe his insecurity was that he already doesn't spend a lot of time or have the best relationship with his own kids. So maybe he might feel insecure because he might start getting a
Because
better
that's why he
relationship
said
with
it.
your kid than exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just an insecurity. I feel like I said, it's all about preference. Like if who you're dating is cool with you having the kids and that's something that you guys have a conversation about at the beginning and moving forward, then cool. But if it's somebody that doesn't want kids or is not open to that from the jump, then I wouldn't waste any time pursuing a relationship with that. I think sometimes we waste a lot of time trying to make something work, trying to
Ooh,
fit a block and a circle together. Like if he said that
speak
he
on
didn't
it.
want to date you with no kids, then he don't want to. It's not going to
Speak
change
on it.
like
It's
6
not,
months later.
and it's not an all men thing. You know what
It's
I'm
not.
saying?
Like I
Like
said, the same thing happened
it's
for women.
not. Kevin Samuels got famous could be like because of saying shit like that, but it's just not the case,
Mhm.
fam. Like
Yeah.
hell, like you know what I'm saying. I got half siblings. Like my dad had mad kids.
Yep.
My mom ain't had none. You know, like it's fam. Like it's like blended families are a thing. That is like 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 we are products of them. Like I just feel like it takes somebody who knows themselves to know how to know what they want and also what they're willing to surrender to
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And I
stop
don't think
fighting.
I don't think it's right or wrong. Like if you want to date somebody with kids or if you don't, that doesn't make you a bad person or a good person or nothing like that. It's just preference. And if you actually want to take that next step with that person at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So that's what it's all about.
yeah. And it's what you exactly it's preference and what you subjectively feel like you can handle. If
Hmm.
it's a boundary for you, if it's something that like that's not for you, I just don't need you violently speaking about women that have kids.
Oh yeah. 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 You
That's
shouldn't
what
be
I
speaking
don't
if it's
need.
not a preference of yours, that's one thing, but you're not gonna be
That
you shouldn't be speaking down on them and yeah.
because there's no point to,
Exactly.
and it's false. Half the
Yeah.
time, it's false information,
Yeah.
and y'all just come off as like dickheads. So just me though. All right, wrapping up. I appreciate y'all. Let's bring this ship on down. Let's bring it to a close. Let's go ahead descend this altitude right here. Okay, we're gonna land this plane real nice.
Let's do that.
You feel me? You feel me?
I'm with
Thank
you.
y'all for flying Air Unfiltered Gems. I'm your captain speaking.
Oh man.
Oh man. And thank y'all for listening, following us at Unfiltered Gems Podcast everywhere. Listening, watching on YouTube as well. Do all the things on YouTube, man. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Thank y'all, new listeners as well, man. I
We
know
love
we
y'all.
had some people rocking with us after our Lovers and Friends talk last week, and we thank y'all. I'm glad to know that some of the podcast is being used as some good source material. So to talk with Live Nation. So appreciate y'all for that for sure. For Unfiltered Gems Podcast, my name is Malcolm Alexander.
And I'm Ryan Hale. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.